you assess this one?
Well, we just didn't have a very good start. Obviously, letting our best people get going tonight and getting opportunities off the rush. Grabbing the lead, and they defended hard, played us hard, and we weren't at the level that we needed to be.
Is there any part of having you guys and being disjointed? Is there any part of just kind of a crazy week? Or?
I don't think so. I think at this level, we all have a good understanding of what you got to bring to the table and level of execution, especially when you're playing the number one offensive team in the league, and the type of year 97's having. So. We just didn't do a good enough job, especially early, taking care of things in the neutral zone. Obviously, he got going with a power play goal, and obviously has been, hot all year. Obviously, as anybody, but especially the last number of games the way he's been putting the puck in the net. So, and then we just didn't make it more difficult, to gain entry into our zone and, earning the offense that way.
It's the first time you've seen McCabe and the Oilers this year. Why do you think he's having so much more success scoring this season?
Well, he's just is really looking to shoot and be aggressive to attack the net, I think, and clearly has developed a lot of confidence shooting the puck and being deceptive and improving his release, and obviously hasn't hindered his playmaking ability. So that's makes him difficult to defend.
What are your earliest impressions here of Jake and Sam?
Well, I think we had a good idea of what they bring to the table. Playing against them, obviously Sam's speed and the way he can read the game with and without the puck, and Jake's going to play hard and heavy and be a strong runner net and being really good defensively, and like I said, playing a physical style game. So as things go on, they'll only get more comfortable.
How do you assess this one? What do you chalk it up to?
Obviously wanted to try and maintain, keep these guys out of the middle. Didn't do a great job of it tonight, and when you let them have the freedom and the space throughout that neutral zone and speed, they make you pay for it, and they did.
How much do you think just having, new pairs, new faces in the lineup has threw things off a little bit tonight?
Maybe a little bit, just because only really one practice under the new guys and stuff, and I'm still probably trying to learn everything, but. I don't know if you can use that as an excuse, really. Like I said, we wanted to keep those guys out of the middle, try and maintain their speed, and we didn't do a good job as a forward group tonight doing that.
What have you made of the new guys so far?
Great. They've came in, really opened up, not afraid to speak up. Obviously, a couple of them are the older guys that, have done some great things in this league. So, they got a lot of experience. It's good to bring those guys in, and, they bring a lot to this team.
What stands out to you about Justin on the night where it's a tough night for the team? He throws some big hits and ends up dropping the gloves.
Yeah, I think like anyone on this team, we're going to compete to the end. We're going to try to the end. I don't think we really gave up throughout that whole game, and still had belief in our team. So that's what you want to be like. You want to just trust your guys, trust this team that regardless of the score, we can come back. But obviously, you don't want to be put in that position too many times. But it was good by Holl there, just trying to maintain the physicality and trying to make plays on the puck.
You'll see McDavid again next week. What's standing out? He's always amazing, but he's scoring at a crazy rate this year. What's popping to you about his game?
A lot. It's hard for us to really watch these games because they're late night, but obviously you see his numbers, you see the highlights. So I don't know if it's really surprising anymore to a lot of people, but he's been on a hell of a tear. Like I said tonight, we don't want to give him too much space, and I think we did, and too many free little lanes to the net.
So our first game with the new team, just what was the experience like tonight?
Yeah, I thought I settled in as the game went on. Definitely some nerves, excitement early on. Tough penalty to take early on and get their power play on the ice. That was tough, but I thought I settled in with Rhodes and got more comfortable as the game went on.
Yeah, Mitch was just saying you only had one practice. What's the biggest adjustment when you come in quick with a new team like this?
There's just different nuances with a different system, where I am on the ice, where my teammates are, but a lot of guys are talking out there, making it easy on me, so it'll only get easier.
Do the Leafs want their D-men to pinch down a little more and be a little bit more active than you were used to in Chicago? Or?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I think the forwards are a bit more responsible here getting above, so it kind of gives us the green light to go down, so we know we don't have to give up odd-man rushes. So, it's like I said, there's different nuances throughout the systems in all three zones that just get used to.
Do they kind of have another game tomorrow? Like, what can you take from this one and immediately
Yeah, it's great.
apply?
I love getting, especially after a tough loss like this, it's nice to, go right back at it tomorrow night, watch this one, and, be ready for the Flames.
You gave Luke his number 2 back. Can you take us through that, like how that conversation went down or what happened there?
Yeah. Shenner texted me, and I woke up today and just asked if I was locked in at number 2, and I said no, it doesn't matter to me. That's just the one they gave me. So happy to give it back to him. It's pretty cool that it's what he started with, I think, in his career. So it's cool that he gets it back.
The Leafs, this was their first game against the Oilers. In the West, you've seen more of McDavid. Like, he's always amazing, but this year the goal scoring is just at another level. What has been your perspective on what he's done to allow him to have that success?
Yeah, man, it's just you got to know when he's on the ice. You got to try to stay above him, try to slow his speed down before he gets it going. And he's very opportunistic. Obviously, can create things out of nowhere. So got a couple on us tonight, and yeah, I mean, there's not much more that needs to be said about that guy.
Yeah, we allowed him too much space to the neutral zone. They kept coming with speed and allowed too many odd man rushes, and they made us pay. So, it's not the way we want to play, and it's not the way we have played for a lot of the year. So, a couple things to clean up, but we'll get back at it tomorrow.
Felt like it was a physical game for you. Was that a conscious thing, or the way it was, or how would you assess your?
I think it's just the opportunities, I guess, as they present themselves. But obviously you want to make it hard on their best players. And like I said, I don't think we did a good enough job tonight. But something that we need to focus on.
All of a sudden, there's a lot of defensemen on the roster. How does that affect you? What sort of sense do you feel that there's internal competition now?
Yeah, I think there's always competition. It's a very competitive league, and the reality of the situation is if you don't play well enough, you won't be in the league for long. So that's always just kind of the deal, and we just try to take it one game at a time and perform as best you can.
How have you felt during these past few days with all the trade action, new faces coming, going, everything?
Yeah, it's been there's a lot of action yesterday, obviously, but that's the deadline. It feels like it's a little bit more active this year, not just with us, but just around the league. So that's been interesting to see, but it's kind of the same every year.
What message do you think it sends to the team when Kyle is as active as he is heading into the deadline here?
No, I think it's just that we're going for it. I think that's the idea, and we have a great team, and we've had a great year, and I think the new additions will be good, and we'll just move on from here.
The Yamamoto hit and then the fight. Kind of walk us through what you're seeing in that sequence.
I think I surprised him a little bit. He was kind of taking the puck behind the net, and I think there was a guy coming from the other side maybe that he was feeling, but it was just, like I said, an opportunity that presented itself, and you want to be physical and make it hard on them. So, that was that.
Do you feel like you have to hit or fight in that situation there?
Right or wrong, that's just kind of the reaction at times, and you just do it.
What are your early impressions of Jake McCabe?
He looks great. I think he's really solid. He's a good skater. He's good defensively. He's got a good stick. So, I thought he played really well tonight.
You've gone up against McDavid a lot over the years. He's scoring at a rate we've never seen before from him. What are you noticing about him this year? Anything different he's doing?
Yeah, no, he's obviously always been dangerous, and he's an elite player. And when he gets the puck through the neutral zone with a lot of speed, he's hard to handle, and that's where he got us a couple times tonight, and he's obviously feeling it.
I guess led to the performance tonight.
We just didn't play with any purpose or intelligence.
How much of that can you chalk up?
0.
This has been such a good week for you guys, right? Like a lot of trades, a lot of excitement. You came in here talking about how everyone was fitting in. I don't know, how do you explain that then in a kind of a marquee matchup?
Yeah, it's tough to get a. To me, our opponent tonight was very focused and very committed to play together to win a game. I thought our guys, we started fine, but just the way we started the penalty kill against the number 1 power play in the history of the NHL, we get our first exit and give it right back to them. Like, we're not serious about winning when that's the case, and that's nothing to do. Those are our regular penalty killers. Those are our top people. That's how we started the game, and didn't get much better from there.
Is it particularly disappointing that there's a couple new guys and that's the impression overall? Like from.
I mean, it's just disappointing. I mean, you're going to make too much, I think, of any new guys or anything like that. I thought the new guys played fine here today. It's the guys that we regularly count on that weren't good enough.
At any point, do you think about getting Ilya out of there, or the back-to-back makes it a complicated situation?
No, he needs to stay in there. It's going to be Joe Wall's game tomorrow, so it's this is the type of game against this type of opponent that he needs to stay in there for.
Do you have a sense of how close Matt Murray is?
Yeah, I think he's close. Tomorrow's going to be a scheduled day off for him, but he's been doing really well. And he'll skate again on Friday and just continue to progress from there. But everything's been positive.
Do you address the team after a loss like this, a performance like this?
No, I talked to them after the first and second, so they know how I felt about the game. And they know too. Just we got beat by a team that played a lot better than us tonight.
Can you take anything from the third, the line changes, anything you saw there?
I thought we played a better third, but I mean it's pretty much garbage time there. But it's better than the alternative. The way we were playing, we might have given up 10 if we stayed like that. Just way too many clear paths to the net for them tonight. They defended really hard and didn't give us the same for the most part. That's a big factor in why they pulled away in the game.
Was that shift on forwards one of the things you were contemplating later? They just figured at that point, just do it now?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
One thing with Boston, they say, is like that's a team that competes every night, right? Like just consistent competitive effort, night in, night out. This team we've talked about for a few years about kind of just sharpening that. Is this kind of just a part of that, of habits?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, we've played a lot of good hockey here. I watched Boston get outshot 3-1 by Calgary the other night in my hotel room. So, the difference is that, through that, they're resilient, find a way to win. Like that's what you need to be able to do, hang around. We just didn't do enough. Like we played into their best people's hands early, and didn't give yourself really a chance to get going in the game. But credit to the Oilers, they played hard, they defended hard, they didn't let our best people get free, and we gave them too many clean looks. But it's not a reflection of who we are, what we are as a team.